Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Surprise Thursday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Skeletron Faction 4 series Red Shadows Assassin Skeledrones. Let's get into it! Let's start things off with a look at the packaging. And you guys have to see, I did have to prop it up so that it would stand up. So that's a little, out of the ordinary. It doesn't have the little thing, the piece that juts out with the packaging on this one. But anyway, that's beside the point. Let's take a look at what is on the packaging. RoboSkull Mark II. And warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. 14 and up. And then we've got this nice logo, which I'm assuming is the RoboSkull. And then here we have some nice artwork of the Assassin Skeledrones Skeletron Faction 4 series. Nice blister showcasing the figures inside. No accessories, because they are kind of an accessory. Red Shadows Assassin Skeledrones. That's it for the front. On the back, beep. Collect Red Shadows vehicles and figures, Faction 4 series. And the card is actually unpunched, so that's pretty cool. So we got a Cross-Hell Blood Wolf, RoboSkull Mark II, and the RoboSkull Mark II Special Edition. Red Weasel Wolf Trooper, and it's loading. Assassin Skeledrones, that's this one. Skeletron, Jungle Wolf Trooper, and Grey Wolf, and they're all loading, so we don't know what they look like yet, at least according to this packaging. And then here is a data file on the Assassin Skeledrones, and I'm not going to read all this to you. If you want to peruse over that, feel free to pause it, and while I'm holding it steady here, you can pause it at any point and read all of that to your heart's content. Then here we have Small Fine Legalese Made in China Print Skeletron Marauder Task Force. A barcode SK4 Skeledrone 3. And warning! Don't put things in your pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to babies, in other words. And that, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the, are they figures or are they accessories? Maybe a little bit of both. So let's take a look at them at any rate. And here is one, they have a couple of modes, a walking mode and then a flying mode. You see the other two in. And we'll get to that in a minute. And you can see, look at that nice paint apps for the eyes. And just all over, looks like on the legs it has a little bit of wash, but look at all that molded detail in there and all those little bitty paint apps going on. And I know these guys are really 1/18 scale, but they're little assassin droids, so they've got to be able to get into some hard places. So this size, working with 1/12 scale, which is what I normally collect these days, I think that works. So, but look at the wash on the back here and all that good stuff. So there's one in the walking mode. Here's one in the flying mode. And again, everything I said about it holds true, or everything about the other one, I said about that one holds true. It didn't look at the bottom here, but look there. And it looks like there's a little port in there that maybe some blast effects might fit to give it that flying hovering maybe, you know, but it's like the legs go out like this to kind of make the wings in the flying mode, or maybe the jumping, gliding, I don't know, mode. But you know, it's really cool, and it's a cool little idea, and I think it was executed rather well. Now the last one, of course, we'll just take a look at the articulation on this one. And the head is on a ball joint, it looks like. So it's got some up and down. It's got some waggle. It does not have any chicken neck. It can do the full exorcist. So that's cool. The arm or leg pieces here, you can see they're also on a ball joint. So they do spin all the way around. And then, you know, in the flight mode, they move forward just slightly. This is moved all the way forward, and it'll move backwards like that. And they're all adjustable that little bitty bit. And then, you know, I guess you could do them that way as well, but they do rotate 360 degrees. And then once you have them in the upright position, you know, they'll move forward and back some, but not, you know, it stops here because there's no cut for the ball like there is here in the back. So there is that. And then you just kind of put them into position, and they also go up and down a bit too, so that's a pretty good range right there, I think. Oop, that's upside down. So there we go, and that's how you transform it or convert it, because this is not a transformer, but I guess they could work in transformers. But anyway, that's how you convert it from flying to walking mode. And I think these guys are really cool. I've been looking at them for a while, and I happened upon, well, I didn't happen upon, they had a pretty big booth at Joe Fest, and I decided to pick this up. And the big skull TIE fighter looking deal, I can't remember the name of it, is really, really cool looking as well. And I think that's based on some of the old Action Force stuff that was over in the UK and maybe some other areas of Europe, maybe worldwide. I'm not exactly sure how large Palitoy's Action Force line was around the world. But, you know, this is what I picked up. A lot of what they have currently is the 1/18 scale offerings, but they did show off some 1/12 scale stuff as well, prototypes and stuff that they had. And of course the Robo Skull vehicle will take 2 1/18 scale figures in the cockpit, or you can remove that seat and put in the 1/12 scale seat and put one figure in it that way. And it's really cool looking. If you haven't checked it out, please do so, because it was really, really cool looking. And I know it's been out there on the internet for a while, so. But there you go, my friends. A look at either figures or accessories, either way you want to look at it. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And this one is just to show a bunch of different scale comparisons. So we have the Skeletron 1/18 Red Shadows Assassin Skeledrones with a Star Wars, I think it's a Vintage Collection, General Lando Calrissian, who is also 1/18 scale, or 1/18 scale. Then we have the Walmart exclusive Netflix War for Cybertron trilogy leader class Optimus Prime, who is approximately 1/32 scale. We have a Valaverse Action Force Warpath Eclipse, who is approximately 1/12 scale. And then we have NECA's RoboCop, which is approximately, it's a 7-inch scale, which I think is a 1 to 10 scale. So there we have all kinds of size comparisons of where you can use these guys and they look appropriate for you if you're thinking about getting them. For our final set of comparisons, here we have the Skeletron Red Shadows Assassin Skeledrones, with from the Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. From the G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for a 7-inch scale comparison, from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the Skeletron 1 to 18 scale Red Shadows Assassin Skeledrones, I have to say these are pretty cool little dudes. And yes, they are made primarily for 1 to 18 scale. But, you know, I really think you can fudge them in anywhere. They could be Hydra bots come into S.H.I.E.L.D. to tear some stuff up. Or you can use them with G.I. Joe Classified series. Or, you know, I mean, just the possibilities of what you could use this with are endless. And even Skeletron has them where I guess where they can work with 1 to 18 or 1 to 12 scale, and you know, because they're Skeletron, the flying machine. You know, it comes with some of these, and you can change stuff out on it to make it fit 1 to 18 scale or 1 12 scale figures. So, and I think that's really cool as well. And it's a really cool looking thing. I've got to see it. I got to see it up close at Joe Fest, and it's really a fantastic looking piece. And it's big. And it's really cool. And I like it. And again, I think the possibilities for these little guys are, you know, you can use them with whatever scale you really want to, in my opinion. Your mileage, of course, may vary, but I think they're cool, and, you know, they're the right size for whatever scale you really want to use them for. They work across different scales, different lines, and so I really like them. I'm glad that I picked these up at Joe Fest, and I think they're really cool. I've actually been looking at them for a while on, I think it was Big Bad Toy Store. I looked at them a lot, and so I finally saw them in person, and that really helped me make the decision that, you know, I could put these with whichever size that I needed to, and it would still work. So there's still something to be said about seeing something in person rather than online, and, you know, that impulse buy. And this really wasn't an impulse buy. I had looked at them a couple of times during the show, and before the show ended, I decided to go ahead and pick some up. So there's that. Well, that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I am now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content, or just help the channel grow, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.